So for my presentation about Equilibrio from Carmen Herrera, I used 5 major sources. First was a book, Lines of Sight, about Carmen Herrera. It's actually by Carmen Herrera and other contributors from the Whitney Museum of Art about her show that was done there. And it comes from the subject, and it was published in 2016. Carmen Herrera herself was actually the main informative source for the museum, for the Whitney Museum. The second one was Artform International. It is a publication done online, and the article specifically was from Dr. Sarah K. Rich, who is a PhD and a Master's of Philosophy and a Master's of Art in Art History. It's online, and it was published in 2016, and I accessed it last month. The third was from JSTOR.org. It is a database which is considered by most artists and people in database information to be the main database source for artwork from Latin American Research Review in an article titled Major Art Exhibits. Did not give a date on the publishing, but I accessed it last month in March of 2019. My fourth source was, as I mentioned during my speech, there was a little bit of a shortage of major sources that were not just referential to the museum and other artwork, because she was just discovered in the last 10 years and everything kind of references the same pieces. But it was from the Lisson Gallery, which is based out of London and New York City, which has done an exhibit from her. And it was online through the Lisson Gallery's website, published in 2013 and accessed last month in 2019 March. The fifth source was actually a documentary called The 100 Years Show, which was directed by Alison Klayman, and is a documentary about Carmen Herrera, where the major contributors are Carmen Herrera, her good friend and fellow painter Tony Bishara, who is actually the person who introduced her to Federico Seve, who is the gallerist who is credited with quote-unquote discovering her, and also interviews with Federico Seve, and another contemporary of hers that I honestly cannot remember what the guy's name was, but he was a contemporary artist from the 60s who worked with her as well. So those are my main 5 sources.
Okay.